Hello, this is Joe Stapleton reporting to you live from WPI News. For today's story, we follow a man who claims his house is run on solar energy. Here's Brandon Abad with today's report.
Thanks, Joe. Within the industrial United States, there is a man living in a residential neighborhood in Orono, Maine, who claims his house is 95% sun efficient. Ron Davis installed solar panels on his home over 4 years ago, which he used to power both his home and his car. Ron says the benefits certainly are much reduced costs. Since I purchased my car, I haven't had to put a drop of gasoline into it. Ron wants to address the misconception that solar power isn't affordable. He admits it is costly up front, but the long-term savings are unparalleled.
Interesting story, Brandon. With it being this easy for the average American to become sun efficient, why is it that only 0.4% of the total energy consumption in the United States is from solar energy? And now, back to Brandon, who will give us the answer to this monumental question.
Thanks, Joe. To answer this question, one must travel back to the 1880s when the American Industrial Revolution was in full effect. This is when coal was first used to power both commercial factories and residential homes. Coal was the fossil fuel that became socially and economically acceptable. That is until recent years, with rapid increase of global warming and possible beginning of the Anthropocene epoch, citizens have begun looking into solar energy as a viable alternative.
The problem facing our country with making the switch to solar energy is the infrastructure. We already have large-scale facilities devoted to producing energy from fossil fuels. To abandon that and try to build solar power facilities would be costly. In order to build enough solar farms to power our country, it would cost the government $767 billion. This might seem like a large amount for the government to spend, but their budget for the fiscal year of 2015 to 2016 was $4.1 trillion. If spread out over an 8-year period, this would cost the government less than $100 billion per year. Another misconception is the amount of land required to build this project. In reality, it would only cover 0.6% of the continental United States. To put this in perspective, we currently dedicate 40.8% of our land to farming. Utilizing 0.6% of our land would be well worth the land investment for the United States.
Those are some great points, Joe. If the United States were to make the investment in our future, it would set the precedent for the rest of the modernized world to follow the solar initiative.
This is Joe Stapleton
And this is Brandon Abad
with WPI News signing off.